China, the world's second largest economy and the biggest emitter of carbon dioxide, has set itself an ambitious target of being carbon neutral by 2060.
One of the world's most criticised polluters, Australia, has formally adopted a target of net zero carbon emissions by 2050.
Biden takes the US back into the Paris Climate Agreement.
The world's largest energy emitters have pledged to tackle climate change. A move symbolic of the growing momentum across the world's policymakers to use legislation, subsidies and taxes to force through change. 44 countries have joined the EU by making pledges to hit net zero emission targets, making up 70% of the world's global CO2 emissions. Although it's notable that less than a quarter of these have made the pledges legally binding.
We think response to climate change is set to accelerate as companies and governments face increasing physical risks. One action that is being taken by many countries is carbon pricing. This is where a fee is attached to emissions in order to encourage the shift to a greener economy. But emissions still look too cheap to meet net zero, and this is why we believe carbon prices are set to rise. One concern with stronger carbon pricing is that it will lower economic output. This is because higher carbon taxes are going to put more pressure on inflation, dragging on production.
The limited supply of key minerals like cobalt, nickel and graphite will provide a further challenge for the energy transition.
Europe is now the very first continent that presents a comprehensive architecture to meet our climate ambitions.
The EU is taking their carbon pricing one step further with the launch of a new initiative called the Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism.
It involves regions setting carbon targets so that if a company importing goods doesn't meet those targets, it will be charged a fee. These new policy measures is going to encourage more severe climate regulation in other countries too, as trading partners will be incentivized to scale up their own carbon pricing. Other countries such as the UK and Canada are also thinking about implementing this new policy tool. One concern with the higher carbon pricing is that inflationary pressures will rise over the next decade, at least until investment in innovation doesn't start mitigating those price pressures.
The unexplained leak in the Nord Stream pipelines carrying gas from Russia to European countries are now being described by European Union officials as sabotage.
Recent geopolitical tensions have accelerated the need for countries to end their dependence on traditional energy sources and strengthen appetite for action on the energy transition. This means countries have realised the importance of investing in climate solutions.
Technological innovation will be a key factor in the fight against global warming. This is because innovation can improve productivity while mitigating price pressures.
A focus on green energy solutions will be key over the coming years, but it will be a race to see if this is possible before investment and regulatory costs designed to shift incentives slow down production.